Okay, so I got up this morning, went to check on the snakes, like usual, make sure everything's okay and stuff like that, and giving them a little spray in the morning, some of them just to give them a drink and things. And I noticed my white-lipped pit viper, the oldest female I've got, she's been ill for a while. She's been on a cyst feed for the last 8 months or something like that, and she's been incredibly lethargic and she's just not behaving normal. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to go get her put down. She is an old snake. I believe she's at least 10 to 15 years old. She's one of the first venomous snakes I ever had, along with a few others, another white-lipped tree viper and various rattlesnakes. I got them all around the same sort of time. But this girl's been in my collection the longest. She's one of my favourite snakes out of the lot of them. She taught me a lot about keeping venomous snakes. But unfortunately her health is starting to deteriorate. She's already got a cataract in one of her eyes. She doesn't seem to be able to climb anymore. She's spent the last 6 months basically on the floor, which is incredibly rare for a snake like this, especially this individual who, when I first got her, she spent all of the time in the trees. She never once used to go on the floor or anything like that. She was always in the trees. This is her setup here. I know it's not a brilliant setup. Doesn't look amazing or anything, but it's always worked for her. She enjoys this enclosure. You can see her at the bottom there, look. But like I say, recently she's not been herself. I'm going to get her up now, just so you can have a look at her, and I'll try and show you what's wrong with her. Right, there she is there, look. Sorry, I'm going to put her down on a box here. I'll put the camera towards the box. That's her there. As you can see, she's a very, very pretty looking snake, but she used to be a lot more green. She's gone a bit like a real drab colour now over the time. Just a second. You can see that eye there. I don't know if it shows up very well on the camera, but that eye's completely useless. She's got a little growth on the top of her nose, which I believe is a tumour or something very similar anyway. And as you'll see in a second, snakes like this are quite, well, I won't say they was aggressive or defensive. They're just not like this. They're not lethargic. They don't. I mean, look. As you can see, she's not doing particularly well. She should, by rights, be able to hold her own body up and things like that, but even putting her on her back, she finds trouble righting herself. It does remind me of the type of neurological diseases you can get, but like I say, this is a very old snake. She's She's at least 15, I'm thinking about it, she's at least 15 years old. She's been in captivity for at least 10 years. But as you can see, she's just not doing very well. To my regret, I have to put her down, unfortunately. I'm going to give her a little drink before anything else, because this girl very rarely drinks now. She doesn't do anything. Let's see if I can. Just drinking right from the bottle there. One of the worst parts of owning animals is when you have to put them down or when they die, especially one that you're so attached to. Along with the rattlesnakes, these tree vipers are one of the main reasons I started keeping venomous snakes. They're just such a beautiful little snake, and not many snakes rival them, in my opinion anyway. Go on girl, there you go, you have your drink. Such a shame a beautiful animal like this is going to need to be euthanized, unfortunately. See, she is. If I put some water here, I don't normally pick snakes up like this, obviously, but I can make an exception for this girl for the moment. Anyway, I'll move you towards there like that. I still don't want to be putting my hand near her head, but she might have a little drink off the surface there. There you go. You can see that she's drinking, but she doesn't eat. She doesn't do anything besides lay motionless. I'm going to zoom out now for a minute. If you can see, she shouldn't just allow me to move her around like this. She's clearly unwell. I'm going to leave it at that. Just show you again how limp she is. These are natural positions for a snake, but I don't think she has much of a choice. It really does seem like the back end of her, from say here all the way down, it looks like it's suffering from some form of paralysis, but I really don't know. I mean, she's not even wrapping her tail around my finger, look. These are arboreal snakes, these live in the trees. And they have very strong prehensile tails. And they can strike a long distance when they're hanging just by the tail. They usually hang by the third of the tail. Well, maybe less than a third, like that. And when the prey comes in, boom, the strike, grab the prey, they hang on from the trees, and they swallow the prey, walking it up with their long fangs. But this girl just isn't up to it anymore. I think the best thing to do, unfortunately, is to put her out of her misery. She will definitely be a missed snake. I'm going to leave it at that anyway. Let her finish her drink and then I'm going to put her away and get the appointment booked to the vets to have her put to sleep. That there's the one good eye. If you go around to this side, just not letting me see it at the minute. There. Seems awkward on the camera to see, but